Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today is August 3rd, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery as of yesterday. What I want to show you is here this monsoon moisture is going to be moving up across the region as we go through this video loop. You can see that marine there up against the coastal areas as well. But let's scroll through yesterday, and as the sun sets, we go through the nighttime hours. Thunderstorm right there across the Oregon Cascades, and watch as we go towards this morning, another thunderstorm right there across the southern Washington Cascades. And as we scroll through this morning, you can see ongoing thunderstorm activity just off to the east of Moses Lake, approaching Ritzville there, and now moving on into the Idaho Panhandle. There's also a thunderstorm a little bit further off to the south and east there as well. And you can see we got a pretty extensive marine there here across western Washington, punching into the Olympic Mountains. You can see it nicely shaped here into the Chehalis Gap. That's the lower level terrain there. We call the Chehalis Gap between the Willapa Hills to the south and the Olympic Mountains to the north. And you can also see some of that fog and that marine layer moving into some of the valleys of western Washington also. So yeah, ongoing thunderstorms currently right now across some of eastern Washington, and we're going to kind of continue to do that as we go through the day today. I'll show you some of that here coming up. You can see on the wider view of things there, kind of a deep low out over the Gulf of Alaska, at least relatively speaking for this time of year. Monsoon moisture streaming northbound here, and there's Carlota tropical system down there across the Pacific Ocean. So I clicked on this weather station here. This is near Genesee Park here. Nice viewing area for the Seafair and the Blue Angels today. And if I go ahead and take a look at that, you can see it's, it's got some low clouds out there right now. The brightness there, it's got a UV index on it, and it picks up some of that solar radiation, and it's not really picking up too much yet because you're dealing with the low clouds, and you can see how it graphs this and scrolls back and forth there. So yeah, highly recommend that station. It's got a lightning detection system with it as well. Click on that link down below if you want to save 10% off on one. Taking a look at the thunderstorm activity today, and again, we did get one outside of the zone already, and right here, a couple of them actually, but this is the day one outlook today, and this is day two. It continues to show this across some portions of western Washington, but I'm not seeing much lightning potential here in the models. We'll go over that in a little bit here in a moment. And this would be day three. Some of the North Cascades included on that one. So looking at yesterday, look at SeaTac 86, Boeing Field 89, Renton 89. And as we scroll down to Northeast Washington, look at Spokane 107. Just very warm temperatures there. Look at Hanford 111. Pasco, Tri-Cities checking in at 107. You look at Olympia 87 degrees. But look at Whidbey Island, a nice, comfortable 69 degrees. You actually might even need a jacket. Look at Hoquiam, only 66 yesterday as well, dealing with some of that marine influence. Looking at the current hazards, we have excessive heat warnings out there. We have red flag warnings. This is due to thunderstorm potential, and some heat advisories also. So I wanted to point this out. This is Medford National Weather Service talking about abundant lightning on dry fuels will increase the risk of new fire starts. So that's why the red flag warnings are up. Look at some of these outflow winds, gust 40 to 50 miles per hour. And some of these outflow winds can travel up to 50 miles away from the thunderstorms that produces them. So, and this is Pendleton showing that thunderstorm potential today. And again, not much precipitation associated with you guys. So you got the isolated dry thunderstorm potential with those. And this is for today. You can see, look at Chelan 106, Lewiston 104, Spokane right up towards 100 degrees as well. Not quite as hot as yesterday, however. And this is that thunderstorm outlook here for this weekend, Spokane National Weather Service. This is updated on yesterday afternoon about 4 p.m. So taking a look here, I was trying to figure out that little system out here off the coastline. I think this has got to be it that they're talking about for Sunday, but it's kind of a late arriving. It goes on in through early Monday morning, and that could trigger some lightning strikes maybe across some of the higher terrain right now. Not expecting a lot of thunderstorm activity here for Seattle, Everett, Bellingham, Southwest BC out of this, unless it's across maybe some of the higher terrain. But you can see how the monsoon moisture is here, and then we get this very weak system right off the coastline there, lifting up and across the area as we go on and through the day Monday. So taking a look at the high resolution rapid refresh, this is lightning flash density potential, and you can see it did a pretty good job here. It did pick up some of this thunderstorm activity here as we go through the morning hours, moving up the Oregon Cascades, eastern Oregon, probably an active afternoon here as far as lightning is concerned. Potential up into Washington, Idaho, and Montana as well. But you can see it stays west of Portland and Seattle. Now we go on in through Sunday here also, and we're going through Sunday afternoon. You can see again, maybe a couple, decent storms here. Some prolific lightning producers across the Oregon Cascades, but not showing much here for western Washington and southwest BC. So not sure why the SPC has that. Maybe they know something I don't. We'll see how that goes. Now, taking a look at the European wider view here, there's Alaska, British Columbia, Washington. There's that tropical system down here, and you can see Mexico. So put this into motion. You can see the ridge has been dominating that little bit of a trough off the coastline there. That's going to, could spawn a couple showers for the higher terrain. And then the ridge builds up across the Northwest Territories and the Yukon. Kind of a Rex block develops across portions of Canada. But we're going to stay seasonably warm here, above average temperatures for a lot of areas, even though this trough is going to be around. It's not going to cool us off too much. We're not going to get the big marine influence here, as you can see, kind of the ridging right off the coastline, and this goes out towards Thursday nighttime. So looking at the national blended models, this is for today, calling for 84 for SeaTac, a little bit warmer here for tomorrow, and then a little bit of a drop off here as that system pushes through. Some onshore flow will be there, but this is just slightly above average for this time of year, but it's still pretty warm as we go on in towards the end of the week coming up. Some 80s are going to be out and about. Now, if we take a look at the wider view of things, again, this is for today. Not quite as hot as yesterday for eastern Washington, but still pretty warm. And you see the valleys of British Columbia, and you're going down towards Chehalis and Portland here, perhaps 90 degrees for some of the Willamette Valley. Of course, much cooler along some of the coastal areas there. So if you want to beat the heat, you know where to go. Taking a look at Seattle tomorrow, a little bit of a warm up, approaching 90 degrees here for some areas of western Washington, some lower to mid 90s for the Willamette Valley. And then we go on in through Monday. Tuesday, a little bit of a cool down there, but not too much. Bounce back Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We stay in some of the upper 80s here for western Washington. Pretty warm in the Willamette Valley as well. And squall off in towards next weekend. Take that with a grain of salt. Looking at the 6 to 10 day, you can see the above average signal here for the West Coast. This goes through August 12th, August 8th through 12th, I should say. And then you can see as we go through the 6 to 10 day, this is just kind of, you can almost just disregard this for the Pacific Northwest. I kind of debate even showing it sometimes. But anyway, let's take a look at what the smoke is supposed to do. I'll put this into motion, and you can see as we go through the day today, there's that retreat fire out there across eastern Washington. You got some fires up towards Lake Chelan, North Cascades, eastern Washington, and quite a few fires still ongoing across portions of Oregon. This is vertically integrated, so this is not necessarily surface smoke. So I've put this into motion. You can kind of see how we do clear out for some areas, northwest Oregon, western Washington. Tomorrow might not be bad if you're out there trying to get a view of the Seafair Blue Angels going on, and you can see, but we've got some smoky skies here east of the mountains. I'm going to show you some more detail on that here in a moment. First, let's take a look at the Tri-City. So you're looking right now at a vertical cross section, 39,000 feet versus the surface here. And you can see you're going to be dealing with surface smoke here, all the way on in through today, tomorrow, and probably on in through Monday as well. And there is some smoke aloft also here. And you can see this will be about 18,000 feet right there. But you can clearly see there is going to be smoke at the surface. And as you can see, Sunday night looks like a particularly bad period. We'll see how that turns out, though. No promises. This is Bend Municipal Airport in eastern Oregon. Look at this as you go through tonight on in through tomorrow morning. Sunday does not look good as far as that surface smoke is out there, and I feel you. I know what it's like to be dealing with that surface smoke out there, so take your precautions. Try to keep your house buttoned up or your apartment or whatnot. And this is Spokane. You can see, again, dealing with surface smoke there east of the mountains, and there is some smoke aloft as well. This is Portland. On the flip side, you can see there is a little bit of smoke aloft as we go through the day today and tonight, but kind of clearing out as we go through Monday. Not much smoke in the sky at all, with a little bit of onshore flow going on. And this is for Seattle. Now, this is the 12Z run, but you can see there is some smoke still out there today, 5, 6, 7, 8,000 feet or so, up towards maybe 10,000 feet. So it might obscure a little bit of that Mount Rainier view if you're Seattle pointing southward, trying to get the Blue Angels with Mount Rainier in the background. So tomorrow might be a better day for that as far as viewing and as far as some blue skies out there are concerned. And this is the relative humidity for Seattle. So if you're out there and you're hoping for some vapor trails on the F-35s or the Blue Angels, today is probably the better day for that because there's going to be higher relative humidity, so you're going to get some of that those nice condensation trails on the back sides and off the top of the wings of the plane. And then you can see Sunday as we go through the afternoon hours, a little bit drier out there. So anyway, I'm trying to see if this will update here today. It has not yet, but we've already kind of gone over this. There's been some lightning strikes across the Washington Cascades, eastern Washington, NW10. So they're kind of underdoing this a little bit here. And there's going to be some lightning activity across the next few days. So I hope they get on top of this for the 7-day significant fire potential. They're usually pretty good about being on top of that activity. Now this is looking at the herd. This is for today. So if we go on into this is about the time the jets are starting to fly, the F-35s go up, some upper 70s. It's pretty nice temperatures out there. And as we go on into this afternoon, you can see by the time the Blue Angels go up, some low 80s out there. So nice, comfortable weather out there. Maybe some warm sunshine. There is still some smoke, again, like I mentioned, between 5,000 and 10,000 feet, but tomorrow should be better. Anyway, yeah. Hope you guys are liking these videos. Click like and subscribe. It is free to click that subscribe button down below. We've been gaining subscribers like crazy here. Hopefully we can get the word out across Pacific Northwest and continue to educate people on what is to come with the weather, so you're all up to date with the latest. And otherwise, I hope you guys are having a good day. We'll do this all again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.